If you know us, you know we love Disney and we can never stop singing Disney songs. But did you know that the lyrics come with plenty of metaphors and hidden meanings? Wait until number 1 because you'll never look at Mother Gothel in the same way. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to The Things. Now let's check out 10 hidden messages in Disney songs. Descendants. Before we get on to actual lyrics and other shenanigans, let's take a look at Descendants. It turns out their musical numbers reveal plenty of things you probably never noticed before. Let's be honest, Descendants have some of the best musical and dance numbers ever, and they could only be beat by the next Disney movie. But before we move on to that, let's focus on hidden messages. Have you noticed that one of the Descendants musical numbers actually reveals a secret detail? Shout out to ohmydisney.com for pointing this out. If you rewatch the Rotten to the Core performance, you'll notice that it reveals a little hidden message about our favorite villains. You'll need to pay attention to the background and all the signs we see. First of all, the fact that Live spells evil backwards is just so fitting for this movie. And when Evie first comes out, you can see a yellow sign that reads Hook's Clock and Curiosity Shop. Say what? Does that mean Harry Hook was part of the first Descendants movie and we didn't even know? When the crew is doing their dance break, you can also see signs for Gaston's duels without rules and Frollo's Crepiera. Are these just a coincidence, or will we eventually learn more about these places? High School Musical. High School Musical might have ended a few years ago, but that doesn't mean that fans don't come up with new theories about the movies itself and, of course, messages in songs. This one was pretty obvious to any true fan, but in case it went over your head, we have an interesting theory with a hidden message for you. Do you remember the second movie with the baseball scene featuring Ryan and Chad? Chad was singing a song titled I Don't Dance, but we all know that this is not true because Chad even danced in the first movie. So what was this actually about? Well, some suspect that there might be a hidden message of a secret romance in that song. The song's pretty catchy, but you should also pay attention to the choreography and what's happening with the two characters. Chad clearly states he doesn't dance, but goes as far as saying that while he's actually dancing during the song. Say what? Some think that the actual message in the song is Ryan and Chad slowly accepting they're romantically fond of each other. By the end of it, we see them both dancing in the final scene. The two are seen wearing each other's clothes. Don't actual couples do that? The Lion King. We love The Lion King, and Be Prepared is one of the most awesomest songs in the movie. It's one of the best villain songs ever, but the song could have been played out differently if Disney ended up adding deleted lyrics. Be Prepared is all about Scar putting together his plan to end Mufasa's life and take the power of the pride. The entire song is pretty dark and gruesome, but what can you expect from someone like Scar? But did you know that The Lion King the musical has a song called The Madness of King Scar? That's even creepier than Be Prepared. It was originally supposed to be in the movie, but it got cut and some of the lyrics got altered for the Broadway show, probably because it featured plenty of messages that will never make you see Scar in the same way. If you haven't heard it, you really should. The lyrics include Scar saying things like, "My cylinder's firing with fervor," and "You, my sweet thing, fit the part," which is clearly an innuendo that's definitely not meant for kids. In this deleted movie scene, he also states that Nala should be prepared for a stunning proposal because power and beauty should bond. Yeah, we're kind of glad this got deleted. Aladdin. Speaking of inappropriate songs, some people seem to think that there's a hidden innuendo in everyone's favorite Aladdin song. How could you not love A Whole New World? It's a magical song that takes you back to the childhood Disney days every time you hear it. But is there a hidden metaphor in A Whole New World? Some think it's an innuendo that's way too inappropriate for kids, and we feel like we don't even have to say it out loud. But the Magic Carpet Ride lyrics has caught eye to those that are quick to point out any lyrics that might relate to inappropriate innuendos and shenanigans. If you ignore the character's backstory and see this song without a context, it might as well have a hidden meaning. After all, Aladdin wants to show Jasmine a whole new world and open her eyes. Of course, you should take this hidden meaning with a grain of salt, but it's been noted that Disney loves to intentionally and unintentionally add innuendos to the lyrics. And after hearing that deleted Scar song, we're really not surprised that A Whole New World could have a completely different meaning. But let's just pretend these are just mere theories, because no one will ruin our favorite Disney song. Reflection. Here's an interesting one. Depending on the perspective, Disney songs might have plenty of hidden meanings, and Reflection is definitely a proof of that. When you look at it within context, it talks about Mulan having an inner battle of fitting in or going with what her heart wants. But the truth of the matter is, Reflection could also be an important LGBT anthem, as its hidden meanings could very well resonate with a community that's still largely not accepted in some parts of the world. Mulan even asks herself if she's not meant to play the part of a bride or a daughter since she can't be perfect. She also says that if she was her true self, it would break her family's heart, which again is an issue plenty of LGBT teens struggle with. She also says that she can't hide who she is, even though she tried, which is just heartbreaking. Even a simple line of wondering why her reflection isn't someone she recognizes resonates with a lot of teens that can't be themselves, whether it's because of their gender, sexuality, or anything else. We love Reflection, but what we love even more is that that song can have so many hidden meanings depending on your personal struggles. Alice in Wonderland. We don't talk much about Alice in Wonderland on this channel, but we'll make an exception for this hidden message that's actually pretty gruesome if you think about it. Remember the walrus and the carpenter? We eventually learn what happened to the little oysters that were just too curious. The song is pretty upbeat, but are you listening to the lyrics? The walrus actually ate the little oyster babies. It's even sadder when the little oysters that are still alive and shown on screen get instantly scared when they see Walrus coming down. He even tricks them into going on a walk with him, even though we all know that it would end catastrophically. The walrus was also clearly interested in just the kids, since he paid no attention to the mom. How bizarrely inappropriate of a Disney character to have such a strong wish to eat young oysters. The song is also an important message to listen to what your mom says and not go with strangers, no matter how charming they might seem. We have to admit, we always get sad whenever we watch that scene because the hidden message of the walrus wanting to eat the oysters is just heartbreaking. Beauty and the Beast. Have you ever heard of Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas? It's a video sequel to the original Disney movie, and while it might not have been as popular as the original, it definitely reveals some unexpected things about Forte, the pipe organ. Unlike most of Beauty and the Beast songs, this one almost resembles The Grinch, especially with the song called Don't Fall in Love. We've heard plenty of Disney songs that warn the characters about the dangers of falling in love and having your first heartbreak, but Forte takes it to a new level, and maybe that's the reason why you can only get this movie on video. At the first glance, Forte is clearly warning the Beast about falling in love with Belle, but apart from the usual warnings, Forte manages to squeeze in a brilliant line that has a hidden meaning. He says that if Beast is turned on, he should just turn off. That's a very clear subliminal message, but since it wasn't aired in the original Beauty and the Beast, most people don't even know it exists. But maybe that's for the better, considering the young audience of these movies should never know what Forte actually meant as being turned on. Frozen. But enough about being inappropriate. We apologize in advance if this will make you get the Let It Go song stuck in your head for the rest of the day. But there's one hidden message we need to discuss. Let It Go is all about letting things go and not being held back by your own fears. But depending on the point of view, this message might even be deeper than you think. Psychologists have noted that Frozen and Let It Go in particular can resonate with those that suffer from mental illnesses. They stated that their behavior resembles Elsa's behavior at the beginning of the movie. While there might be many mental health services available, the majority of people often hide away from their family, just like Elsa did. In her Let It Go song, Elsa even describes a swirling storm inside, which could relate to the complex emotions a person with a mental illness might feel. And then there's, of course, the empowerment part of the song that talks about accepting yourself with all your flaws. While the context of that song could relate to anyone, many suspect that it holds a hidden message that directly speaks to people with mental illnesses. Into the Woods. We never get to talk about Into the Woods, but who could possibly forget about this astounding Disney movie? It doesn't hurt that it comes with some of our favorite songs either. It turns out, almost every song in Into the Woods is a metaphor with a hidden message, including the woods itself. It's a metaphor for an unknown challenge. As the woods is often incredibly dark and gets you easily lost, The story talks about overcoming many challenges by not giving in to the fear of unknown. The song Children Will Listen has an interesting hidden message of warning parents about the hidden power that comes with parenting in general. The lyrics also connect to Stephen Sondheim's own personal battles he endured with his mother, who, let's just say, wasn't exactly a nice person. It's also been noted that songs like I Know Things Now talk about much more than just a regular encounter between the Red Riding Hood and the wolf. Even Jack and the Beanstalk has a hidden message of lost innocence. It's also noted that songs like I Know Things Now talk about much more than just a regular encounter between Red Riding Hood and the wolf. It's always been said that Into the Woods was meant for adults more than it was meant for children, which is why all of these subliminal messages might actually make a lot of sense. Tangled. Tangled is arguably one of the cutest modern Disney movies, but it comes with plenty of flaws and hidden messages you probably never even noticed. No one really likes Mother Gothel, but there's more to her than you might think. Some fans suspect that she has a narcissistic personality disorder, as many fans have resonated what that looks like with their own parents. Although Mother Knows Best is incredibly catchy, it's the lyrics that give people goosebumps. Many have pointed out that Mother Gothel isolates her child in the same way a narcissistic mother does. She also presents a false image of herself, including telling Rapunzel that she knows best when the truth is she really doesn't. The entire scene shows her tricking Rapunzel into making her think she can do this, but at the same time scarring her until Rapunzel finally realizes she should stay in the tower no matter what. It's a trait that's shared by many narcissistic parents who never let their children grow up and see the life outside of their family values. While this might have a few benefits, it can be incredibly harmful, and Mother Knows Best, as well as Tangled, gives a clear indication of the narcissistic side of Mother Gothel. And that's all for our video. Don't forget to subscribe to The Things and tell us how you felt about this video. Thanks for watching, and see you next time!